Hello there. Do you have a toxic work culture in your organization? Several studies have shown the negative impact of a toxic work culture in any organization, both in the short and long term. In this second part of this two-part video series, we discuss some of the common signs of a toxic work culture. And in this video, we will continue discussing how it impacts your business in both the short and long term, and what you can do about it as a business owner and a leader of the organization. I'll be right back. Welcome back. My name is Raymond Huan, and if you own a business, you are interested in business, or you wish to learn about the tips and tricks on how to operate your business better, I encourage you to click on the subscribe button that you see before you right now. An interesting article published in the American Psychological Association analyzed 57 leadership studies that discuss the effects of destructive leadership. Destructive leadership, as the name suggests, is a systematic and repeated behavior of a leader that sabotages the organization's goals, tasks, resources, effectiveness, and motivation. This leader is a horrible boss that undermines boundaries, bullies team members, and creates chaos. I'm sure we have a few of those in our lifetime. The analysis found that destructive leaders impact your career and mental health far more significantly and negatively than a good boss. And do you know what's alarming about this study? It's the way team members see leaders, their well-being, individual performance, and unhelpful behavior that can affect the organization for up to 10 years. Take General Electric, for example. Jack Welch, the head of GE, or General Electric, from 1981 to 2001, was widely celebrated for GE's rise. Welch reportedly led with fear. He was known for his vitality curve, which is a management practice of stack ranking employees. Managers rank their employees based on their performance, and this was to motivate employees to perform. Unfortunately, those who were ranked at the bottom 10% were removed from the company. This created insecurity in the teams. Welch was also known to make aggressive and impulsive decisions, oftentimes to the detriment of GE and its employees. GE fell from grace in 2017, which many blame on Welch's leadership legacy. In 2018, with all of Welch's bad decisions catching up with the company, GE was removed from the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the bluest of blue chip index, and a real bellwether of the American economy. One rotten apple spoils the whole barrel. And if that apple is a leader, it can spoil the entire barrel for years. The moral of the GE story is this: leaders significantly impact an organization's culture. A toxic leader brings about a toxic workplace, and leaders are responsible for workplace culture, meaning that they can do something about it. In short, if you as a business leader or owner identify signs in your business that has a toxic workplace, just having that and not doing anything about it will negatively impact your business future profitability and success. So what can you do today to address workplace toxicity? Let's take a look at it. Google's recipe for high-performing teams is to develop and nurture psychological safety. This means leading with open communication and creating a safe space for team members to engage with honesty and integrity. Create a safe space for healthy discussion. In most toxic workplaces, complaints are viewed negatively because they are seen as personal attacks to leaders. However, to nurture a safe space, leaders should learn to view legitimate complaints as opportunities to learn and improve current processes. In psychology, there is a cognitive bias called the fundamental attribution bias. What this means is that we sometimes attribute a fault or mistake by a person to bad will instead of bad circumstances. In toxic cultures, we blame other people for mistakes. Many times, however, mistakes were largely caused by circumstances surrounding the person. For example, a team member submits a progress report that you find incomplete and lacks pertinent information. It is easy to fall into the trap thinking that the person failed in their responsibility because they were lazy. And this is an example of a fundamental attribution bias. If we didn't correct this thinking, we set an example of how we would respond to team members who would make mistakes. A good leader will ask the team member why they could not complete the report. Perhaps the real reason for their failure is that they were not provided with complete information on time. Perhaps the communication system for providing project updates requires changes so that the person responsible for creating reports receives the right information in a timely manner. In changing how we view situations and mistakes and how we react to failure initially, we create psychologically safe spaces for our teams. Expressing gratitude to team members is an effective strategy in combining a toxic workplace. That's because it recognizes the team members' efforts and contributions. The gratitude combats blame, which is prevalent in toxic cultures, and the gratitude nurtures relationships and creates bonds in the groups. Instead of laying blame, focus on solutions and lessons, and instead of finding faults and sources of weaknesses, focus on team members' strengths and how these strengths can solve problems and improve processes. Toxic work cultures and destructive leaders are harmful to businesses. There is never a good reason to nurture and keep them in your organization. As leaders, we are responsible for keeping them as far away from our teams as possible. Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Raymond Huan, and I hope to see you in the next video very soon.